Ya akhi, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I recently had my younger sister tell me she wanted to pierce her nose for beautification for herself. She's 15 years old. Is this permissible? Akhi, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say that a woman should protect their adornments from non-mahrams? Barakallahu feek. We say first and foremost, the general rule is that it's permissible for a woman to pierce her nose. It's permissible, the general rule. As far as the specifics of wearing a niqab, wearing a burqa, covering the face, as far as the specifics of this young girl's age, is she too young to get pierced? As far as the specifics of wearing in front of non-mahrams, these are all side dishes. But the main dish, the main course, the main part of our meal here is that it's permissible for a woman to pierce her nose, especially if it's a cultural practice that is accepted among the Muslims of her town, her time, of her family, etc. There's nothing wrong with that, as the ulama have clearly explained. The permissibility of piercing the ear, the permissibility of piercing the nose, and there are other things as well. As far as if she's 15 years old, then it seems, and Allah knows best, as if the sister is not wearing the niqab. Your little sister doesn't cover her face. So if he doesn't cover her face, then there is no doubt she should not wear the nose ring in public. She should not have on a nose ring, whereas the ring is a means of zina, it's adornment, it's additional enhanced beauty that's not a part of her face. It should not be worn unless her face is going to be covered, such as makeup, eyeliner, kuhul, mascara, Revlon, Maybelline, etc. Which many women, they fall into this error. They say, I don't wear niqab because it's difference of opinion. I don't cover my hands and my face because it's difference of opinion. First and foremost, difference of opinion is not dalil in Islam. That's not the dalil. That's not the evidence. Difference of opinion pertains to you criticizing someone else. Yes, you forcing someone else. That's a different story. But the dalil why you do it is not because it's khilaf. No, that's not the dalil. If you were told that it is obligatory, that's one thing. If you're told that it isn't obligatory, that's one thing. But it's not the proven evidence saying that there is khilaf. And many Muslims, they do this on a daily basis. As far as the actual issue of the hands and the face, then those ulama who said that a woman can uncover her hands and face in public, she doesn't have to cover her hands and her face. Her hands and face are not from the awrah. She can show them to non-mahrams, and they give conditions and stipulations. And many women, if not most women, or at least we say many, who uncover their hands and their face, they don't fall under those stipulations. They say she's not allowed to add zina to her hands and her face. Whether it's henna on your nails, henna on your hands, okay, a henna tattoo, all right, fingernail polish, regardless whether the woman is mincing or whether it is breathable fingernail polish, which there is, fingernail polish that women use that they can make wudu with correctly. It shouldn't be on your hands unless your hands are covered. You shouldn't have a big fat ring on your hand, your finger, unless your hand is going to be covered, because that's beautification. It's adornment. It's adornment. It doesn't mean that a woman's hands can't be taken care of, that you can't have, you lotion your hands, pedicure, manicure. It doesn't necessarily mean that. But the additional zina should be avoided. Many women, they don't wear niqab and they wear makeup. They have makeup. They have a cake face, like a clown of makeup. This is a reality. You find them with different colors under their eyes, on the side of their eyes, looking like this. Cleopatra, this is a reality. You go to conferences, you go to masjids, they eat. This is a sad reality. Lip gloss, bright red lipstick, shining lip gloss on your lips, let alone face piercings and things like this. So if you're going to do these things, you must cover your face according to all of the ulama. Secondly, they say that she can't live in a place which is widespread perversion and sickness. I don't think anyone's going to differ on the fact that the UK, Canada, America are places in which there's widespread perversion and sexual sickness, mental sickness. Last but not least, they say that if she's very beautiful, if she's very gorgeous, if she's very charming, and it's a fitna for men, or even a fitna for herself, that she's so beautiful that it is a means of conceit and arrogance, they say then she must cover her face as well. So let's ask ourselves the question. Obviously, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. There's no doubt about that. It's relative, it's subjective. But let's just say hypothetically, how many brothers, you may go somewhere and you see Sister Fulana and say, wow, I want to marry her. She's beautiful. This is a reality. After Jumu'ah, this is a reality. And the sister, she doesn't cover her face. She says, it's khilaf. I'm not of that opinion. But the sister is obviously what? Extremely beautiful. What a beaming face of beauty, light, nur coming from her face. Her smile, she smiles, she's laughing. You say pearly whites, big, clean white teeth. And she doesn't cover her face. Those ulama who say that she doesn't have to cover her face, they say in this situation, she has to cover her face. And obviously, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. But there is a relative level that everyone can agree upon. Fulana Jamila, Fulana Jamaluha Adi, Fulana Fima Duna Dhalika. It's less than that, than the average standard of beauty. We don't want to say any type of bad words. So therefore, the sister, if she's going to wear the nose ring, she should cover her face and her hands. Last but not least is, another very common error that people make is the difference between niqab and gloves, or covering the face and gloves. You find a sister covering her face, but her hands are out. And the ulama, they say, either you're going to cover everything, or masi wal wajhi wal kathain, that which is besides the hands and the face. In other words, either you're going to wear everything covered or have them open. So the hands is not an issue of preference. Those ulama, they say that the hands of a woman is what? Awra. It's awra. Yajibu satruha. That this awra has to be covered. So many sisters say it's obligatory to cover the face, but my hands are okay. That's wrong. That's wrong. Okay? The concept of the hands and the face covered or not covering. If you cover your face, you don't consider it mandatory, that's fine. What you've been taught, what you study, if you're a student of knowledge, that's no problem about that. It's clear khilaf among the ulama. It could go more than one way according to those who look into that issue. But if you feel that it's mandatory to cover the face, then you also have to cover the hands. And the hands are no less beautiful than the face. Rather, there's some men who say, if a woman doesn't have beautiful hands, don't marry her. She got a beautiful face. Her hands are too big. Her hands are too small. She has too many veins in her hands. Her knuckles, this, that, claws, whatever the case may be. And wallahi, this is a reality. It's not trying to be funny. This is a reality. There's some brothers that will not marry a beautiful woman because she doesn't have nice hands. And there's some brothers who may marry a woman whose beauty in her face is not that much, but her hands are magical. As we said the other day, huh? And we're talking linguistically, obviously. You look at her hands and they're so beautiful. They're so dainty. They're so feminine. They're like nice hands. It's a reality. Some people, they really, really like women with nice hands and nice feet. So the concept of the hands and the face, there lies no doubt, they go what? Hand in hand. Covering them all or not covering them. Everybody understand this? So therefore, the sister, the young sister should wear the niqab and she should also wear the gloves. If she's not going to wear the niqab and not going to wear the gloves, she should not have her nose pierced. It's very important, brothers and sisters, to understand is that the times in which we live, 2017, there are levels of Islam, levels of Iman. Alhamdulillah, your sister is wearing a hijab. There's some sisters who may wear makeup, but at least they're having a scarf, because there are plenty Muslims who don't wear anything. There are plenty of people who don't do anything. The issue of the beard. Some brothers, they trim their beards. They cut their beards just a bit. They shadow it up. There's some brothers who have nothing. It's unfortunate, but it's a reality. So you have to pump the brakes just a little bit. You have to be mindful. She's 15 years old. How many people on TV, her phone, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, this one, that one, that's calling her, forcing her, and inviting her to show your beauty. Lose your virginity. Wear skin-tight clothes. Show your hair and your breasts and your behind in the public. Get a tattoo. Get a piercing. So you don't want to go and beat her upside the head with a club over an issue of the nose. Not saying that it isn't important. Not saying that it isn't valid. But you have to be mindful of the reality. So if you come from a really religious family, that's a different story. If your young sister is just starting to wear hijab, she's barely religious, then you want to what? Be mindful. And don't push her too far, because wallahi, it is easy for her to just be naked like everybody else. It's easy for her to just be a Ramadan Muslim. It's easy for her to say, Allah is in my heart. Iman is in my heart. I don't have to wear the hijab. It's easy. Her wearing a hijab at a young age, she's going against the grain. She's going against 3 to 4 to 5 different grains. So you as a big brother, as a husband, as a father, as an uncle, as a guardian, you have to be not watered down, but you have to be what? Mindful. You have to be mindful of the challenges of the time. I may see my teenage son doing something. I don't agree with everything that he does. I know it's wrong. But if I'm too harsh, too overcritical, then he'll stop praying. He'll stop doing other things. And then what's the worst of the two? So we have to have hikmah. We can't have fake piety. That's my answer to the question. May Allah Azza wa Jalla make it easy for you, for her. And as we said, with regards to magical, for no one to misunderstand us, we use the word linguistically, as the Prophet ﷺ used the word as well, and as others use the word linguistically. What's meant by something that is magical? Putting a spell on your husband, not putting blood of mints in his food, not making a spell with shayateen, but making him a delicious meal that he won't forget. Beautifying yourself, talking to him sweet, kind, soft, in which he doesn't have the ability to tell you no. He doesn't have the ability to refuse you because you're beautiful akhlaq. As the Prophet ﷺ himself said, "Inna min al-bayani la sihra." He says, from speech is sihr. From speech is magic or sorcery. And the two main views regarding this hadith. The first view states, "Inna hadha al-hadith qad kharaja makhraj al-madh," is that the Prophet is praising people who speak eloquently, people who talk well, people whose words are strong and powerful, people who speak soft and sweet. They grab the people's hearts by Allah's permission. And secondly, those ulama will say that the hadith is condemning the people who go extreme in talking, who go extreme in rhyming and sounding and learning this and trying to put spells on the people. Whether it's this or whether it's that, there lies no doubt. The way of Islam is to speak eloquently. And the best proof of that is the Quran. The Quran is the most eloquent, beautiful book. The Prophet, he spoke what? Eloquently. Sometimes he said things that rhymed, and he wasn't a poem, but he spoke eloquently. He spoke with short, concise words. Everybody understand this? Rather, in English, we say a spell-binding speech. He's a spell-binding speaker, a powerful orator. He's not doing any magic. He's not making any isti'ana, help with the shayateen, but his words are what? As if it's magic, because it's so strong, so powerful, so eloquent. He speaks so well. And there lies no doubt when it comes to a man and a woman that comes from a good home, a good family, a good religion, she knows the value of a good husband. And she's going to do everything in her means to take care of this husband and to win him over. And that's a problem in itself. Some people, they may criticize the answer. The brother said magic. He said sihr. Oh, Mufti Muhammad Ibn Munir, Mufti Q&A, which shouldn't be a channel called Mufti Q&A anyway. Who are you to have your own Q&A channel? People, they say this, unfortunately. You shouldn't have Q&A. You should translate the fatwa of the ulama. Don't give your own answers. But on this Mufti Q&A channel, the brother said sihr. He's calling people to sihr. See, we told you he was a deviant. We told you he was astray. He said sihr. You heard him? You heard him? He said sihr. Unfortunately, they'll criticize the answer and they won't even criticize the actual question. The sister said, how to win over my husband's heart. Is it permissible to win someone's heart over? Can you win someone's heart? And the Prophet himself tells us that the hearts of the children of Adam are where? بين إصبعين من أصابع الرحمن يقلبها كيف شاء. The hearts are between the fingers of Ar-Rahman. He moves them how he wills. So the question itself refute the question. Winning over my husband's heart. No one with any sense is going to refute the question or the answer because they understand what is being said. Winning over my husband's heart. Putting a spell on my husband. Getting him to love me, to think about me, to want me, to desire me, to long for me. Nothing more than that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala surely knows best.